On a warm Wimbledon afternoon, Oliver Tarvet lived the dream of countless young tennis players. A student by day, an amateur athlete by passion, he found himself standing across the net from Carlos Alcaraz, the reigning king of centre court. For Tarvet, it was more than a match, it was a life-defining moment. The most special day of my life, he called it. Few could argue. Ranked 733rd in the world, Tarvet had no business pushing a two-time Wimbledon champion. Yet there he was, going toe-to-toe with one of the greatest talents of this generation. The scoreboard may have read 6-1, 6-4, 6-4 in Alcaraz's favor, but numbers rarely tell the full story. The crowd, sensing the magnitude of the moment, rallied behind the young Brit. Tarvet's energy, his grit, his refusal to back down, turned the match into more than just a second-round encounter. It became a celebration of human spirit. This was only Tarvet's second-ever main draw appearance at a Grand Slam. But you wouldn't have guessed it by the way he struck the ball, the way he handled the spotlight. "I did a pretty good job of enjoying the moment and trying to play some good tennis," he reflected, smiling as if still soaking it all in. But behind the smile was the honest admission of nerves. He woke up in the night, adrenaline still coursing through his veins. His heart beat faster than usual on the drive to the grounds. "I kind of knew the first set might be difficult because it's not a stage I'm used to," he admitted. The honesty was refreshing. Despite the nerves, Tarvet carved out opportunities. 8 break points in the first set alone. Imagine that, 8 chances against one of the game's greatest. Though he couldn't convert them, the message was clear: he belonged on that court. He kept swinging freely, playing the brand of tennis that got him here. Courageous, energetic, fearless. In the second set, he finally broke through. An early break of serve sparked cheers from the crowd and smiles from his corner. For a moment, just a moment, centre court believed in a miracle. But Alcaraz, ever the champion, steadied himself. He raised his level when it mattered most, sealing the match in straight sets. Yet the headlines were not just about the victory. They were about the unlikely challenger who turned the match into something far greater than a routine win. Tarvet wasn't just an opponent. He was a story, a reminder of why we love sport. He spoke after the match, grounded, thoughtful, humble. "No talk of turning professional just yet. I'm still planning to go back to college," he said. San Diego awaits him, where he's pursuing a communications and marketing degree. This wasn't a launchpad to fame. It was a chapter in a much longer story. A story still being written, one match, one class, one decision at a time. He knows what he wants. To finish his studies. To keep improving. To enjoy the journey, not just chase the finish line. And maybe that's what made his Wimbledon run so inspiring. He wasn't playing for contracts or endorsements. He was playing for the love of the game. Against Alcaraz, he traded forehands and backhands with abandon. He wasn't afraid to take the ball early, to dictate points when he could. He smiled between points, laughed at his own mistakes, soaked in the energy of the crowd. Tennis, for him, was joy. Pure, simple joy. And for a centre court crowd accustomed to polished professionals, Tarvet's raw enthusiasm was refreshing. He showed that you don't need a top 10 ranking to belong. Sometimes, belief and bravery are enough. The experience, he says, will stay with him forever. The roar of the crowd. The tension before the first serve. The calm that somehow follows chaos. He knows how rare these opportunities are. And he embraced it, moment by moment. "I just tried to enjoy every point," he said. And it showed. The night before, sleep was elusive. His mind replayed scenarios, imagined rallies, visualized what could unfold. And when the day came, he stepped onto that storied grass with courage in his heart. Break points missed. Yes. But chances created. Absolutely. He forced Alcaraz to dig deep, to find his best tennis. That alone is a victory in its own way. For many young players, centre court remains a distant dream. For Tarvet, it became reality, if only for a day. He didn't shy away from the occasion. He embraced it. In the stands, fans applauded not just his strokes, but his spirit. He played for them. He played for every young athlete chasing a dream. He played for himself. And in doing so, he won far more than a tennis match. He won hearts. The headlines today speak of Alcaraz moving on, chasing his 3rd Wimbledon title. But tomorrow, they'll remember the amateur who lit up centre court. Tarvet returns to his life as a student, books and rackets side by side. But Wimbledon has changed him. Given him a taste of what's possible. Will he turn professional one day? Perhaps. But for now, education comes first. And there's wisdom in that choice. The sport will wait. Life beyond tennis is just as important. He leaves Wimbledon richer in experience, not just prize money. Though limited by college rules, he's gained something far more valuable. Perspective, gratitude, inspiration. For those who watched, he showed that greatness isn't reserved for champions alone. Sometimes, greatness is found in the fight. He fought for every point, every game, every moment, and when it was over, he smiled, waved, and walked away with his head held high. A chapter closed, but a story far from over. In years to come, perhaps he'll return, older, wiser, ready to write a new chapter. But even if he doesn't, this moment, his Wimbledon moment, will remain. A student, an amateur, a competitor, and for one unforgettable afternoon, the heartbeat of Centre Court.